So the essential 8 is for every business?
Yeah, so just to unpack that I told you that you should go to the Australian government to this cyber.gov and they will tell you. And in that thing, they've got lots of advice, and their initial feedback was it's too much advice. So they boiled it down to say, look, Australian businesses, you just got to know these 8 things. There's lots of things you can know, but just what is essential is 8 things. And then in each one of these 8 things, there's certain level of how sophisticated you can be. Just to use the house analogy, for example, one of the essential 8 could be that you've got to have a lock on your front door. Now, then the levels go on how well you want the door locked. Do you want the door locked to keep out a local person who just happens to walk by and just test your handle and see if they can walk in? Well, that's kind of like level 1. Now, if you want someone who's actually pretty angry and is willing to kick your door down, then you need a level 2 type lock, and so on. So with the essential 8, you've got these 8 things you've got to know. So, like, for example, I need a lock in the essential 8. It'll be, I've got to have things patched, up to date. I've got to have my applications configured in a way that someone can't exploit them. I've got to have backups. And then it says, well, what type of backup do I need? And then they'll say, well, for the type of backup where you just have someone accidentally just delete something, this is the type of backup you need. But if you need a backup that's someone who's pretty serious, who knows IT a lot, grabs your computers, then you need a different type of backup. And so each of these 8 controls have different levels. So what's happening now is that the Australian government is saying that for all federal government departments, they have to get to level 2 in all 8 controls. So they need to get to a level that if someone targets that department, they can protect themselves against it. So that's level 2. And what we're thinking is that right now, businesses, organizations that want to get ahead of the game and say, hey, yes, we believe that cybersecurity is good for us and for our customers, they can now use this essential 8. They can get an assessor to come in, and then they can say, we're accredited. And that will be universally accepted that you're at that certain standard. And they said, that's great, that gives us competitive advantage. But in the future, once the federal government's departments get to level 2, if you're selling into those departments, they're going to require you to be at a certain cybersecurity level. So any business that's looking to sell to federal need to start thinking about this now. And then you might say, I don't sell to business, to federal government, but hang on, you might sell yourself to a business who sells to federal government, and then you're going to be caught up. So this is how this essential 8 idea is going to spread throughout the Australian community.